My presentation is over the perception of color. This was my favorite S+P thing because I enjoy thinking about how others perceive color. I am an art therapy minor with a strong interest in helping people through art. If I am able to understand how people and animals see and perceive, then I will be able to help more. What we learned in class. We learned about additive and subtractive color mixture, 3 different types of cones, color perception in the brain, spectral colors, which is a color that is represented in one single or a small band of wavelengths of light, the most basic of a color. This is also monochromatic light, and color deficiency, specifically monochromatism and dichromatism. How do humans perceive color? We have 2 different cells in our eyes that perceive light. Rods work during very low levels of light. They do not help with color vision, and this is why in the dark we can only see in a grayscale. The human eye has over 100 million rod cells. Cones require a lot of light. There are 3 types of cones: green, blue, and red. The human eye has 6 million cone cells. Many animals have different amounts of each cell. We also perceive color through our brain. The most color is perceived through cortex V1 and V2. So far, these are the most thoroughly charted visual centers, but not the only ones. Monkeys primarily use cortex V1, V2, V4, and the inferotemporal cortex. Light is perceived differently than pigment. Light's primary colors are red, green, and blue. This is because those are the cones that we have available in our eyes. Pigment's primary colors are cyan, magenta, and yellow. Additive and subtractive colors. In additive color mixing, you add light to light, and then the 2 added lights together make another more saturated color, which means it's getting closer to white. Instead of absorbing light, it is the light. Adding lights together in additive color mixing does not erase wavelengths, but add to them. When we add all the wavelengths, we get white light. Subtractive color is called this because when the paints combine, some wavelengths are erased, because each new added paint will absorb some wavelength that the previous color reflects. This leaves it with less wavelengths. How different animals perceive color. Can animals see color? Every animal that has cones can perceive color. We can see more colors than some animals. Do we have better color vision? Compared to some animals like our pet dogs or cats, we have better color vision. They would see in pastel colors, while other animals can see more of a range of color. Some animals can see in infrared light or ultraviolet, which humans cannot. The location and number of certain color cones can detect how strong the animal perceives a certain color. Who can see better? Some animals can see far less than humans, like many mammals, cats, dogs, and even fish, while others are just different than us, seeing ultraviolet or infrared, but not the same spectrum that we can see. Birds can see more colors than humans, around 5 to 7 colors. A lot of primates see the same color range as us, however, there are still quite a bit that see less than humans. Why? Animals who don't have a wide range of color didn't need them, and so they evolved without them. Some animals replace colors for sharper image. For example, animals who only hunt in the dark would need less access to color and more access to motion and accuracy, like owls. Many snakes use infrared in mating rituals and other hunting methods. The color after effect illusion. When I was younger, I always wanted to know how people understood opposite colors, so my mom got me a book called Hello, Red Fox. We've done many of these activities in class where you stare at the image for 20 seconds and then glance at a white screen to see the image in opposite colors. This is an illusion that is formed because if you stare at the image on the screen, the cones in your eye that show yellow, which are green and red, and show blue, will get fatigued. This causes an abundance in other cones when we shift our gaze to a white screen, showing the opposite of those colors.